Hello everybody, today I want to do a very quick update on Bitcoin because it has been a while and we have finally gotten into a new all-time high. So the last trades that I had given you were a long trade on Bitcoin at about 107,000 and I also given you a short trade at 118,000. And as you can see, this is exactly what happened. We got the long trade at 107,000. The rejection at 117,000 that would have provided you with a great short trade, and then still the area that I had given should not have been stopped out as we never took the low, and then this proceeded for a new all-time high. By the way, same thing, you can go see my videos. I had set to buy Ethereum below 4,000 all the way down to 3.6 or 3.3, I don't remember. Anyways, I bought Ethereum exactly at the low and I have been in this long trade since, because as I've said so many times, what I'm waiting for on Ethereum is $5,000. Anyways, let's go back to Bitcoin. So at the moment on Bitcoin, we have reached a very important Fibonacci extension, assuming that we are in an Elliott wave count for a first wave, second wave right here. This would be our third wave, the most impulsive one. We are now looking for a fourth, which would be a correction, and then we can look for a fifth. So assuming that this count is correct, I believe we have reached a point where, by the way, I did take a short, where we could expect a pullback. I'm not saying a reversal, I'm just simply saying a correction to put in our fourth wave to then proceed more up. So the way I got this 1618 is by getting the length of wave 1 to the retracement of wave 2, which got me exactly these levels. And as you can see, this is being really respected. I mean, we literally tested the 1-to-1, got a rejection, then flipped it, back tested it, and proceeded higher. And now we have perfectly rejected the 1618, which is the typical target for a wave 3 in the Elliott wave counts. I'm not a super expert in Elliott waves, but I know the basics of it. And I do keep it in mind sometimes for these type of targets and to try and get those short trades. And this short trade was very simple. We had all-time high right here, we SFP, close back below it, take a short trade. And I was actually a little bit more aggressive. I was able to open my short at 125,800. As you can see, I got my short trade right here with entry at 125,700. And now I want to cover what we can expect next. So this morning, I actually gave in my Discord 3 different scenarios. Before all of this happened, this is what I shared. I said that I was expecting a move up to this value area high, where we could have looked for a rejection to then move down to this value area low. Or I was simply expecting for this value area high to be reclaimed. And in that case, we would be stopped out of the short trade where we already took profit, so it would be break even. And I would then expect a new all-time high. And this is where we actually are right now. So as of now, seems like our orange prediction might be playing out, which is simply a back test of this value area high right here to then proceed lower to this value area low. And I really like this because it fits very well with this harmonic pattern that we would have right here. Assuming that we put pivot C right here and we can put pivot D at this value area low, which would then ultimately lead to a bit more of a retracement to put in, remember, wave 4 of our Elliott wave count, and then proceed higher for wave 5. And by the way, our wave 5 would be basically, if we assume that our wave 4 is put in at about 120,000, we would basically have a target of $130,000 for our wave 5. But anyways, let's keep a focus on what we could see next. So as I explained already, if we reclaim this area, I would expect new all-time high. So this would all be invalidated. And it means that we still have not finished our wave 3. Because remember, it's normal to have these pullbacks when you have an impulsive wave. And this will not be the correction for wave 4. It would just simply be a pullback to continue the impulse of wave 3. So perhaps our wave 3 will get to 130 or whatever it is. But yeah, I'm just simply saying that this would be invalidated if this doesn't play out. If instead I am correct and we just put in the top of wave 3 on this 1618, then a possible place where we could expect for wave 4 to be put in could be at this D pivot right here at 122, which is also lining up with a weekly point of control But what I would like even more is a little bit of a deeper retracement of this range low that we have here. We can see this as a range. And I would love for this to give a fake out onto this anchor VWAP, which is also lining up perfectly with the 382. And according to Elliott waves, wave 4 cannot go below wave 1. So if Elliott waves are respected, then we should not see a move down below 118. And so this could be a good place for a reversal where potentially, if we get the right reaction, we can look for that long trade to take this to a new all-time high, perhaps the $130,000 target that I have given you. And so then we would have our short trade that I'm already into a long trade. If, however, this does not hold and we do not have this fake out that I just explained, and we flip all this area into resistance, then honestly, I would expect a move down to about 114 to 113. And that is why, even though we have a bullish bias for a new all-time high, it is good to have this short trade protecting us in case we do go down all the way to 114. I mean, look at this. I literally had 0.5 Bitcoin short, which was about $60,000 short, and I was risking just $250. And if we are to go back down to, let's say, $112,000, I would make $4,000 and I'm risking just 188. And by the way, I already took 140 bucks. So basically, if we do not go to a new all-time high and we actually have a deeper retracement, I am protecting myself by risking just $40 to potentially make 4 if we are to reverse. So I hope you understand why I take these short trades and I don't mind getting stopped out. Also because I'm trading with like almost $500,000. So for me to risk $250 to be protected is like a little insurance. Like I really don't care if I lose that little. It's like 0.05% of my account, maybe even less. But you know, I don't mind making an extra 4,000 and being protected in case we do see a big flush. Even if we are to have this deeper retracement to 119,000, we are still holding a bullish market structure. So for now, nothing scary on the charts to flip bearish. And yeah, so this is my plan.